So will this just lift off?
I hope so. Look at that, hit its way all the way through. Takes that like that, gone.
Nearly out of battery, man.
Me too. Let me just have a look at it before.
Got him. That's it. Here we go. What we hope are torsion bar holders.
We received the remaining units we needed from Poland when Bo uttered these fateful words.
Probably got cracks and stuff on them, but
Yep.
That would be okay.
Yep. At least there's no torsion bars in them. At least there's no torsion bars in them. There's no torsion bars in them.
Unluckily, there were torsion bars in them. Every single one. And every single one was seized. So Bo made up this jig to hold them upright so that he and Ryan could press them out.
I just wanted to check, see the height was right. You can take it back off and then heat it up. Not the same size anymore. Bending everything.
Glenn turned this piece out of solid round. These things are stuck really tight in here. The trouble is that the spline on the torsion bar has so much surface area and it's been fused to the holder with 80 years worth of rust.
That's one way of tapping a thread. I'm right.
Let it go. Straight in, really go. Yeah.
1 down, 11 to go. We decided to soak them in the oxalic acid that we used for the differential housing. Loosening off any rust will be a huge help.
You grab this end here. Hang on.
Oh, she's a beauty.
Grab that.
Inside the housing is the holder, which is a separate piece that has the spline on it. Through this holder is a bolt that screws onto the torsion bar, helping hold it in position. Thankfully, not all of them still have this.
Get it? Yeah, I got it. I got it. Twist it back.
Back the other way?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. See, it started that. It's good. You all right?
Every time. It's
Sorry.
straight towards my face. Still aiming it at you.
This hole would have been hard up against the hull of the StuG with an opening to screw in a tool that would have pushed the torsion bar out. But that would have only worked if it wasn't seized. Bo has to cut this open some more so we can fit a round bar strong enough to help press it out.
At least there's no torsion bar in there.
Falls over because of... Another one. Two down.
The last holder we'll show you getting worked on still has a piece of the original hull attached.
Next.
Bolt that's here.
Yeah.
They would have taken that out and probably replaced it with something longer.
Yeah.
And then pushed the torsion bars out with that. See?
Yeah, go.
That's on every spot.
Yeah.
Every torsion bar.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been that tight, and they would
Nah.
have just been able to put a bolt in there.
Put a longer bolt in there and push it through. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like we're gonna fight. of that in here. Don't crack. Penetrate right in that well.
So now we're going to press this torsion bar out.
Yes, yeah. Plus we've got to fix up this broken bit on the back here, which I'm not sure how we're going to do yet. Because it's also squashed the inside where the seal and the bush for the swing arm goes.
Before we get onto that, we'll have to see how the swing arms fit, but that's another episode. It took a while, but finally all of the broken torsion bars came out. Glenn has been hard at work cleaning up the holders so they fit perfectly over the new torsion bars we've had made. Now it's time to clean them up, removing the old bolts and repairing any damage.
The process is the same for every single one. You've got inside you've got a bush, and this is a lock for the bush to stop it sliding back out again. And a grease point here, there's a grease nipple. Then you've got your torsion bar spline block here. And what we have to do is take the old bushing out, old seal out, clean up the surfaces where the swing arm will run on, and fix up any broken pieces, take any old screws out, re-tap holes. We've got to do that 12 times over.
To each one?
To each one. They're off a vehicle that's been used, you know, it's been blown up, so they're not perfect, and there is a lot of damage to them, so that slows us down a bit. This one has actually still got a part of the seal still on it for where the swing arm rotates up against. We haven't got one good one of these. They're all broken because they're they're an exposed thing on the outside of the vehicle.
This is the only good one we have?
Yeah, but it's not good because it's bent too. And that could have just been done by just someone dropping this. They're just so fragile. Just have to clean any old welds up. Make sure that this surface here is flat because this is where it touches up against the hull. Clean any rust off, clean it, paint it, and that's pretty much that done. So this here is another thing also. How far down this piece here is bent. That's going to give us trouble later on if we don't fix that, because this all sits flat on the floor. So we're going to have to bend this part up. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be sitting up. So that's another thing. We've got to have every piece on it sitting flat up against the hull side and the floor. First thing I'm going to do is probably just take this here off just to get it out of the way. Get these old screws out because they're 5mm with a 0.8 thread on them. I've been trying welding a small trying to weld a small nut onto them and then trying to get them out that way. And it's been working with some, but some, they're all different. So it's just, yeah, it's not as straightforward as you think.
Did that just turn?
Yeah, look at it. Some old MIG pliers.
Take two. Good weld. That's amazing. That can just come out.
I haven't put any heat or anything on this. Almost.
Whoa. No way.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's...
That's what they're all like on the others.
True.
Yeah, like that or in further.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, except for this.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yep. Yes. Beautiful. We'll use them.
Yeah, they're still fine. Yep. That's where all the time is. It's just in that, and just in them. And there, you see why you need them now, because you need to hold all this stuff on. So these are all shims. To line the other torsion bar up from the other side of the tank to this side, basically. So what that would have done is just lifted the spline up slightly. You still get distortion in a tank, you know, from welding it. It's not uncommon for it to be out, you know, could even be up to 10 mil, even more from one side to the other. Some of them have nothing at all, and some, you know, have this or even double that. There's no square spots left on it, and I'm using a shifter. Ah.
So, and it's only little, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how they are. Yeah, I'll run a new tap through, clean it all up. Now this one, the grub screw. No.
No chance.
No way.
So what's that you're pulling out?
It's just part of the seal. Just a bit of tin that was just broken off in there. It's the top ring for the seal that holds the rubber in. Actually, the seal's easy to get off this one.
So
That's a bush. So the swing arm has a shaft on it that slips inside the hull and it runs on that, basically. So instead of having a bearing.
Okay. So that's instead of a bearing.
Yeah, so it doesn't need bearings because when you think about it, a swing arm's not spinning around. It's only doing this, you know, from the way of the vehicle traveling across stuff. So it only has small amount of movement. So you only need a bush.
Right.
Yeah. Some of them usually have a brass bush. They've gone for a fibre ferrobestus type bush. Yeah. Maybe it was easier to produce back then, cheaper.
So that holds it in place and allows for like movement, for the twisting movement.
To turn, yeah, exactly. And it's a hard material that can withstand constant rotating with grease on it. So they need to have grease in them as well. Welding out here is just a nightmare because of the constant breeze. You wouldn't think it would do anything, but it's just blowing all of the gas away.
This has been one of the toughest parts of the restoration so far. The boys have worked really hard on these pieces, but there's still a lot to do to get this vehicle complete by the end of the year. Some of these holders may need extensive repairs, but it will all depend on how the swing arms fit. That's all we have time for today. Tune in next Wednesday for your weekly tank restoration fix. So until then, I'm Kurt from Oz Armour, and I'll see you on the next one.
Around the world.